Hello my lovely people and welcome to my tutorial for today. It's good to be fully back with you guys. I should also say happy new month and thanks be to God who has given us the opportunity to experience the month of September. Our heart, I'm sure, is filled with gratitude to God. Alright, I want to appreciate you guys sincerely from the bottom of my heart for sticking with me throughout all this morning period. Thank you guys for the love you've shown me. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you for accommodating me. Thank you for your prayers, for your messages, for your support. I appreciate you guys a lot. And for those of you asking for my face, this here is my face. Thank you so very much once again to you guys for all the love you have shown me. I am super excited to be back with you guys. Okay, so for our tutorial today, we're going to be making a net toulee. It's going to be a very interesting dress. All right, the upper part is going to be a lace fabric. Then from this part down is going to be our net. Okay, and it's going to be 2 layers, one from here to probably to this point, and then the other one down to the desired length. Okay, and so the materials we are needing for our tutorials are as follows. This is my my lace fabric. It is 1 yard. This is my bridal satin. I use the doll face. This is 3 yards, and then this is my net, which is 5 yards. I actually carefully selected a net that is very soft. Okay, let's just hit the cutting table. And lest I forget, if you are new to my channel, I welcome you to this channel. Also, please don't forget to click the red icon to subscribe and also the notification bell to get information as soon as I upload. And to all my existing subscribers, thank you so very much for being there always for me. Let's get started. And have you been nice to someone today? If you haven't, please try so very much to show kindness to somebody who has no way of paying you back. Alright, let's get to the cutting table. Okay, so straight to our bodice, I'm going to be doing the upper part first and then the lower part. For the upper part, I'll be doing the bustier first. That's the front panel. My half length is 16 inches. I'll add just 1 inch extra for allowance. By now, we are supposed to be familiar with this particular tutorial on bustier, but I'll still have to repeat it. My shoulder is 8 inches. 8 inches. Okay. My shoulder to bust is 12 inches. I will add half an inch extra, so I'll be marking 12.5 inches. Okay. My under bust is 3 inches away from my shoulder to bust, which is 3. Okay. Because I went down by 3 inches, I have to come up by 3 inches again. We should be familiar with this one. My bust point to bust point is 8 inches. And I'll just be adding 1/4 inch as my sewing allowance. So I'll be measuring 4 1/4. So I'm taking 4 1/4 all the way down. Okay. And then for my shoulder, I'm coming down by 4 inches. Okay, which is here. So I'm going to make all of this into a straight line. Here you need to be careful because you are working with a lace fabric. Okay, so this is it. My shoulder to bust. I went down by 3 inches to get my under bust. I also came up by 3 inches to achieve the perfect curve for the bust area, and this is my length of my half length. Okay, so I'm going to now connect. Remember I came down here by 4 inches. I'll connect it to this point and then maintain a straight line down. This is what I mean. So this is just it, and then I'll maintain a straight line. Okay, now having done this, I'll now cut. Okay. I'm taking 3 inches. This is for my shoulder slope. For my shoulder slope, I'll take 1 inch. So I'm connecting the 1 inch to my 3 inches away from my neckline. Okay. I'll also cut. Alright, so this is what we have. Now for my neckline, I'll use 4 inches. Okay. And for the volume, I would use 5 inches. So I'll just connect the two together. Okay, so this is it. Okay, I also have to notch this point. Okay. So we'll now cut the 2 sides also. Okay, so for the 2 sides, I place my fabric like this, making sure I have up to 3 inches left on this other side. Okay, this is my folded edge. This is not folded. Okay, so I'm going to mark out the notched areas. With that done, I'm going to now trace out the shape of this center front onto this folded fabric. This is supposed to be just a refresher because we are supposed to have gotten used to this. That is if you are following this pattern. Okay. All right. So with this done now, I will take my measurement. My armhole, remember we already removed 1 inch here. That is for our shoulder slope. Okay. Now my armhole, I will use 8 inches, which is here. I'll follow this one and just curve it out. Okay. I really hope you can see this chalk. That's why I'm using this. So my bust measurement is 42 divided into 4 is 10.5. This is 10 and a half. I will not be adding any allowance because I should have allowance at this other side. Okay, so I'll just maintain the 10.5. For my waist, it's 36 divided into 4 will give us 9, which is here. I will add allowance at this point of 2 inches. Okay, so now I'll connect this measurement like this. Okay, I will now remove this one. I'm going to go in towards this area by 2.5 inches, which is here. And then I'm going to draw a slight curve from this my armhole area side to meet these 2.5 inches and then to my under bust. Just slight curve. and then to my under bust. Okay, you see why I said I will not be adding allowance at the bust area, because this one shooting out here will now form the allowance at this side, but for the waist area there is no shooting out. That's why I added allowance. Okay, I will now cut. All right, so this is it for the front panel. Okay, so I will now cut the back panel. So for the back, my half length is 16 inches. I will just add 1 inch extra, that is 17. Okay, I'll be using a zip allowance of 2 inches. Okay, my shoulder is 8 inches and my armhole is 9 inches, which is here. I'm sorry, someone said I should be using hip curve and armhole curve and all whatnot curve. Sorry, I don't have it. I hope you will accommodate me. My bust measurement is 42 divided into 4 is going to give us 10.5, which is here. I'll add 2 inches extra. My waist measurement is 36 divided into 4 will give us 9. I'll be adding 3 inches extra, 2 for seam allowance, 1 for my darts. Okay. Okay. I'm going to move in towards my shoulder area, towards my armhole area, sorry, by 3 inches in order to achieve first my armhole, my shoulder slant. That is 1 inch below here. I went down by 1 inch. Okay, then I connected it to my 3 inches. Now for my neck, I used 4 inches at the front, so I'm going to maintain the 4 inches. And for the back volume, I will use 7 inches. Okay, so I will just connect. Okay, I will now cut. Okay, so this is it for our back panel. We're now going to proceed to cut the lining and the lower part. I'm going to also cut the lining for the upper part. Remember I told you that for all lace fabrics I use double lining. So it's optional. If you like, you can use this and then use a normal lining, or can use the satin for the two lining. Okay. Okay, assuming you are using our everyday lining, all you need to do is to repeat what I just did. You see, this is double, so you just repeat it on our normal lining. Okay, and then for the center front, okay, so for this, I wouldn't want to be covering all of my lace fabric. So I'm opening it up. And then I'm going to create any shape I want on the lining. I hope I'm well understood. Now I would want to give a slight sweetheart, which will either start from here. Okay, I'll start it from here. I'm making this marking so that it will appear on the lining because I have no business with this lace fabric. Okay. So you see what I mean? Okay, so now I need to fold this lining again to make sure that whatever that is here on this side is the same thing on the other side. Okay, so this is the shape I'm working with. Okay, so I can now comfortably cut. All right, so at the end of the day, we are going to be having something like this. You see it, at the end of the day, we should have something like this. Okay, and also for the back, we are going to be having similar something at the front. So this is for the back. This is my neckline. Okay. Now for my back, I will go this way. Okay. Please, there is no measurement. I didn't use any measurement here. It depends on what you want. There is no need measuring it. It depends on what you want. Okay. So I will open it up. So this is what I have. Okay, so I'm now going to cut this one off. Alright. So at the end of the day, the back is going to look like this. So you see the back is going to be like this. Okay. Now for my net, I'll be cutting. Remember we said it's 5 yards. So for the first layer, I'll be cutting it with the measurement of 13 inches. 13 inches for the first layer. Okay. Alright, so this one here is 13 inches. This is 18 inches. Okay, 13, 18 inches, because I don't want the longer one to still start from the waistline. So it's going to be starting a little bit before this one ends. Something like this is going to be this way. Okay. Alright, now looking at it, I'm thinking it's not going to give me the kind of heaviness I want. So I'll be adding an extra 5 yards to this, making it altogether 10 yards of this net fabric. Okay, so I'll also be cutting this one again. I'll be cutting the one of 13 inches. I hope I did not confuse you. Right, now for the lining, I'm going to cut out my wooden. I'm going to cut out the remaining lining and then line all of them properly, and as I do so, I will also show you. Okay, now I've lined the back. This is one of the two back panels. Okay, so I'll now join my lace fabric. This is the neckline, this is the zip area. So I'm still going to join it like this. I will join here and join here. I will leave this place open because I'll be joining them at the shoulder in order to tuck in the rough edges here. Okay, so I will do that. I'll just sew here and sew here at the zipper area, and this here is the front panel. This is the center. These are the two sides. You can see I've attached it to the first lining. This is the second lining, as you can see. So what I will do now is I'm going to, remember I have a notch here, 3 of them, one here, and then one here. So I'm going to follow the notch, join this side, also join this side, and do the same thing to my lining separately. So I'm joining this one separate and then joining this other one separately. Okay, so this is the back panels, and I have done the attachment, as you can see. This here is the front. I've also joined them, so I will now line it. And how do I do it? I need to carefully open my lace up, sew it like so. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I will just sew it like so, carefully pulling my lace up and then sewing only the lining. So I will make my stitch like this. As I sew, I guide the lace, making sure it does not interfere. Okay, so I'll go to the machine and do it. And when I'm done, I'm going to attach the shoulders, put the dart, and then close up the armhole area. So this is it. I've carefully lined it. As you can see, I'm only going to give it a good press at this edge so that it will relax very well. I will now proceed to join them at the sleeve, at the shoulder, like this, our normal way, and then I'll make my stitch. I will also insert the dart and close up the armhole area. I'm also going to use my bias to knitting the neckline, both the front and the back. Now, having joined them at the shoulder, I will now close it up using my body measurement. I don't think I need to show that. I'll use my bust and waist measurement to close it up on both sides, and then it will complete the lower part. Alright, so for the lower one, for the lower part of our gown, I'm going to pull down my stitch regulator to the lowest edge, make a very loose stitch across this net, this one and this one, and then gather them together. Okay, so having made my stitch now, I'll just pick one out of the two threads and gently pull it so that it will start coming together. This is what I mean. I will continue to pull it until I've achieved the circumference of my waist. I will do the same thing on the other layer. Okay, so for the lining, I used the measurement of 28 inches. I am very sure I'll be cutting off some inches when I'm done with all the joining. Okay, but I wanted to be on the safer side, so this is 28 inches. Okay, and then for the width it is 2.5 yards. Okay, now sorry, as you can also see, I already gathered this one. I also gathered my net. The two layers are well gathered now. This is the shorter one and this is the longer one. Now the next thing I should do is, you can see I placed a marking here. I hope you can see it ran across the fabric, the lining, and it is 11 inches. So this is where I'm going to start to attach the second layer of our net. The first layer will start from this waistline, but the second one will start from here. But I will do the first one first before this one. Sorry, I will do the lower one first. That's the longer one. I will join the longer one and then I will join the shorter one. This is how I'll be joining it. I will just place it on top of the fabric like this, on top of my lining this way, and just make my stitch along this line I marked here. Also, remember my net is 10 yards. Okay, so I gathered this one using the circumference of my waist. That is the short one, the one that will start from the waistline. I gathered it using my waist circumference. But for this other one down, I gathered it using the measurement of this lining. That is 2.5 inches. I hope you guys understood me. That is to say, this one is longer than this one, whereas this is my waist measurement. This is the measurement of this lining. Okay, so I'll go to the machine and attach them both. Okay, so now I have finished attaching the net to the lining. As you can see it, you can see where the second layer started. So this is it. I hope you can see it is well covered. Okay, I had to remove 2 inches from the length of the net. That is, the length of the net was 13. I came down by 11 inches, and it was on that 11 inches that I started attaching the second layer. Okay, so that the remaining 2 inches will now cover this lower layer. That is why you have it like this. Now at the down part, you can see the net is obviously longer than the lining. Okay, so I will just proceed to hem this lining. When I do that, I will then attach it to the upper part of our dress, that is the bodice. Okay, and for this bodice, first of all, I'm going to be attaching this satin here. This is 3 inches. So I'll just fold it like so, attach it this way. I'll just attach it. It will just stay like this on top of this bodice. I'll start from the back through the front and then also to the back. When I do that, I will then attach this lower part on top of this band. I hope I'm well understood. So I'll go to the machine and get it done. Okay, so now I have joined both the bodice and the lower part together. I'll just proceed to insert my zip, and as usual, I will just take away 7 inches from this waistline, 7 inches down, and then close it up, insert my zip, and also insert my sleeve using the measurement of the circumference of my arm to close it up. Okay, all right, so finally our dress is ready. I'm going to put it on so that you will appreciate it more. All right, so This is me looking so fabulous in it. I'm so loving it. This is so very cute. I appreciate you guys once again, and I'm so excited that this dress came out just exactly the way I wanted it. Thank you for watching till the end, and if you are new to my channel, please don't leave without subscribing and also hitting the notification bell till we get to meet again in my next class. I love you from the bottom of my heart, and please don't forget to share our videos. If it has been helpful to you, give us a thumbs up and take very good care of yourself. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Bye.